behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello everybody. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. Got another great interview coming up for you in just a moment. But before we begin, don't forget, if you haven't hit that subscribe button and the bell. And anytime a new interview comes your way, you'll be notified. And we'd love to hear from you in the comments section, so leave a comment if you'd like. And we're on Facebook, so go to facebook.com/Palm Mash TV. And you can follow us there, inbox us, comment the things you see. And we also have email too, palmmashtv, all one word, at gmail.com, if you'd like to contact us there. And if you're a band or a solo artist that want to get some exposure, you can send us email and we'll tell you how to do that. But we love fan mail as well, so if you're just simply a fan, send us an email and we'll get back to you. And all this is going to be recapped for you at the closing credits at the end of the show, so stay tuned for that. In just a second, we're going to have Trex. He's from Nambia, Africa. And he's a really talented artist, and I'm sure you're going to agree with that. And we're going to get to that in just a second as it starts right now. Okay, here we are with the interview as promised, and with us from Nambia, Africa, we have Trex. Thanks for joining us, Trex.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you here today. Why don't you start off by telling a little bit about how you decided you wanted to become an artist? Because, you know, everybody has their own story on how they became an artist. I'm sure you got a good one as well.
Yeah, so basically for me being an artist, it all comes from a perspective where, like, I'm coming from a place where, like, a lot of people don't really know how to speak up, So yeah, it was like I always had the ability to write and actually convey my message through my writing and all that. So I reached a point where I could realize, like, okay, it's not just writing, but I can actually even record music. And I started using that to actually convey the message of where I'm coming from, like things that are going on, where people feeling, the things that like a regular person wouldn't just want to talk about. Like I started doing that. So like my motivation is just coming from a place where I feel like it's not just me, but I gotta do this for the place where I'm coming from.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, that's a great story, and I'm glad that you're doing what you're doing. I hope you'll do this for quite a while, man.
Yeah.
Well, what were some of the artists you grew up with that helped motivate you? I mean, I'm sure there's some popular artists that you really looked up to.
Yeah. Well, I grew up listening to Nipsey. Rest in peace, Nipsey. Also, I grew up listening to Nipsey, and it wasn't just like music for me because I could look at the way he actually lived his life. He actually lived what he said, and that was really something I resonated to, and it made me feel like music is not just music. Like you just do a song and then the next day you're doing your own thing. Like you really gotta mean what you're saying because somebody's hearing out there and they're gonna take that really personal. So if you don't mean what you're saying and you're just saying it because you want to say something, you're actually ruining somebody's life. So I grew up listening to Nipsey, and he really inspired me because I felt like whatever he said, he lived, and that was really motivating for me.
Yeah, and he's a good artist, and
Yeah.
I can see why you like him because you got much the same style as he does, I think. And
Yeah.
Well, if somebody right now watching this, they might want to get your music. Is it on all streaming platforms? Are you on any social media site that we could that you could talk about as well? I mean, give us a lowdown on everything.
All right, so like I'm working on like the whole getting my music on all the social media platforms because yeah. So currently we're not on all the social media platforms, but we're on YouTube. You can get my music on Audio Mac. Yeah, we have music on Audio Mac as well, and I'll just say the socials like Facebook, Instagram, because we be posting a lot of like short contents like freestyles and all that. So, but for as of now, you can actually get those more than the actual music because we have not yet built the platform where we can put everything out, but it's gonna be out soon. So you just search for Trex and who knows, maybe in a week you'll find that on Spotify and all the other platforms.
Okay. Well, Audio Mac, I guess, right now, and like you said, YouTube. So go on out there and get his music. I know he would fall in love with you for that. And right now, we're getting ready to play this music video from you. Can you tell us the title of it and what it's about? There might be a story behind it.
All right. So the title of the song is called Sober Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Sober Heart basically is just like I told you from the start. Like, music for me is like something I do in a sense of like I convey a message. And Sober Heart is basically, well, my story combined with other people's stories, like people that are close to me and the things I've seen happen to them that they wouldn't want to talk about. So it basically talks about like childhood trauma and people growing up with trauma and not really talking about it, just trying to grow past it. But you can't grow past something if you don't let it go. And I feel like a lot of people are going with their trauma and then they're just trying to hide it and they don't want to talk about it, but it's really eating them up. So they just keep it inside. So like it's a sober heart for me, and I had to say it, and like it's just had to be said by somebody.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of people that have a hard time, letting things go, but other times, they can find letting things go is really easy. So, you get the best of both worlds. So I'm glad you did a song on that, and it is a really great song. And we're gonna get to that in just 1 second though. But Trexy, we thank you so much for being on the show today.
I appreciate it.
If you ever want to come back sometime, let us know. We'll be glad to have you back on a second time.
Definitely, I'll be here again. Definitely.
Okay, and here it is, Sober Heart by Trex, and it starts right now.
Trex, yeah. Only tide I got on me is godly. Fight for me like Ali. Quick to turn the pages if they try to define who I be. I lost friends and found me. Lost love and found peace. Show me your friends and I'll tell you if you're really gonna be rich. Mama now barely speaks. Still got flashbacks from my stepdaddy putting his hands on her just for talking back when he speaks. Men don't cry, but we silently weep when we sleep. Imitate Kula and Panga, but now they're burning our trees. My young homie only 10 and ready to die for the streets. And don't you dare judge him if you don't come from the place where we sleep. Cause poverty lurking and I don't mind, can barely eat. And so we up when you sleep. It's a cold world, you gotta grind for your cheese. I picked myself up and moved on, which my ex can see. I'm C11, H15, not to ecstasy, to ecstasy. Creatures of change, no matter your pain, you're gonna heal, my G. Embrace your flaws, don't be a victim of shame and guilt. Journey to the holy place, a pilgrim on the hill. They take pills to feel high, I take pills not to feel. Had to take another chance, though it hurts still. Cause Batangaulila bebe bamakondo bafuna kuona chemuvilondo elongati wakondwa nchibebe bazondo bafuna kuona chenshi waloko so devo wakabwela muze atinileke kagelo kenzo meka kauze ati oche. Keep your head up cause one day you'll be okay. You gotta grind until you get that KK. So devo wakabwela muze atinileke kagelo kenzo meka kauze ati soche. Keep your head up cause one day you'll be okay. You gotta grind until you get that KK. Get that KK. Yeah. Muntu ni muntu pepa ninga china soba. Cupid with the arrow, my nigga, it's all love. Yeah, I've been jealous and I hate myself for that. We were a pride of lions, but our pride broke the pack. I hope when you hear this, you finally heal. Cause me, I'm straight like a pretty woman wearing heels. Only if you've been through hell, you know heaven's real. Even Satan was an angel, ain't you an angel still? Let's hold hands as we approach the storm. Cause together we stand, divided we surely fall. She used to make me skip a beat, need a metronome. Crazy, the same reason you love me made us grow apart. Shit, but I'm over it. Learn to self-love and appreciate those who are there for me. Cause when you're down bad, they don't even show you ivory. Should have known what to expect from this game called life. Bafuna kuona chemuvilondo elongati wakondwa nchibebe bazondo bafuna kuona chenshi waloko so devo wakabwela muze atinileke kagelo kenzo meka kauze ati soche. Keep your head up cause one day you'll be okay. You gotta grind until you get that KK. So devo wakabwela muze atinileke Gelo Kenzo make a cause at Scotche. Keep your head up, cause one day you'll be okay. You gotta grind until you get that KK. Get that KK.